Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you guys how I revise for, I almost said GCSE, A-level history. So I'm in year 12 right now. I've got two folders, but I'm going to be using this one to show you my examples. If you want to see my whole folder, you can look at my showing you how I organise my folders video, which the link will be in the description. So, I have several main ways of revising for history, including Seneca Learn, revision cards, practice questions, and posters. And I'm going to show you several of those in this video and which ones I found most helpful. So to begin with, I have this little pouch of revision cards. I have one for socio-economic issues in Elizabeth's reign, Elizabeth, government, monarchy and gender, religion, Mary, Edward. So I've got different sets. This is how I organise them. So I've got little mind maps. I've got just a few words. I try and keep them relatively blank. It makes it easier to look at them. Sometimes I'll get my mum to quiz me, although she doesn't like doing that very much. Revision cards are probably my least useful way because I never actually look over them. But it's nice to just have them here, and it's just quite good to make them. The process of making them is very useful. Something which I find very useful is I make little summary sheets at the end. So I've got a few of these for Edward, I've got some for Mary, and I've got little questions on the back, so I like to quiz myself. So, for example, name the gentleman killed by the Western rebels, and he's William Halons, yeah. So then I've got the answers here. And these are just precise facts because I like to use them in the exam. I also like to do a lot of flirts every now and then, just so that I can check what I'm forgetting and what I'm remembering, so then I know what to go over. So doing the blurts and the quizzes have actually helped me remember most of Edward's reign. I keep forgetting these, and I sort of struggle to remember Northumberland, so I've been trying to focus on those recently. But I always make sure I revisit the old topics. So here I've got another example of a summary sheet. So this is something to do with what we've been learning at home. So my notes are a bit more, I guess, disorganised, and I am really struggling to remember this. So this is when I realised they have the entire Tudor topic on Seneca Learning. And when I've been doing that, I found some sort of extra information, so with different people. And I've decided to sort of make a note of that. And I think I've got more in my Mary section. I've also been watching documentaries and listening to podcasts. And I know in Elizabeth and religion, yeah, here we go. I was listening to a podcast, so I made some notes as I went through it. So BBC Radio 4 in our time has some really good ones. And the David Starkey documentaries for Elizabeth are really useful, so I definitely recommend those. As for practice questions, I don't have any in this book because my Tudor ones are in an exercise book, which my teacher has. But I'm going to grab my French Revolution folder and I'll show you them there. In front of my French Revolution one, I have Napoleon's government system because I couldn't really remember that. So that's another thing you can do. I just thought I'd mention that. I have my revision cards as well. Just to stick things you can't really remember at the front of your folder. When revising history, because then every time you open it you get to look at it, so now I sort of remember it. So something which I found particularly useful considering our current quarantine situation has been writing questions that I can find on the internet. So I did this one and I got my teacher to go over it and I got 7 out of 10, and I've written down the feedback here. I was quite informal and quite vague at times, so at some point when I can motivate, because although I might say I'm motivated, I'm really not right now. I just want to spend my time playing Animal Crossing. But when I'm actually motivated, I'm going to rewrite it, working on the feedback. Because working on feedback is probably the best way to revise. So if I go back, so I got a D, D/C. And I did the same thing and I got an A, just working on the feedback, because your teachers, they spend a lot of time writing your feedback, and it's really something you should listen to and work off of, because it's definitely going to help you improve. So always listen to your teachers when you're getting them to mark your work. So really, the main thing that you can do for revising history is to keep going over things, do lots of questions, and listen to your teachers. Because your teachers, they're there to help you. You should listen to what they're telling you to do, unless they're telling you to do something really stupid, but I doubt they would. I always try and review things that I've done in September throughout the year, which is why I've probably remembered more of Edward than I've remembered of Elizabeth. So also do focus on what you're doing now, because I think that's my weakness. I don't. Obviously I am only in year 12, so I don't know for sure if this stuff is working, but the fact that I can remember stuff, I'm going to assume it is. I really hope you guys are all finding this lockdown situation all right, and if you're watching this after lockdown, I really hope you're enjoying your history A-level. It's definitely my favourite, and I'm kind of tempted to do a degree in it, but also I want to do law. Yeah. Anyway, if you have any ideas for another video, make sure you leave it in the comments down below. Leave a like and subscribe. Stay safe, stay home if you're watching this during the lockdown, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! I wonder if I throw this, will it burst open? No, it didn't, but that wasn't really a throw. Doesn't count. I'm gonna go put my folder back here, and we're not gonna have a repeat of that video where I threw it across the floor. Once again, that video is in the description. So I'm gonna go walk outside now. Goodbye.